Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? We are early. I'm in a trade that I saw from Asia. I woke up early and I positioned myself a little bit. I'm already in my stop's already in break in profit. So no matter what happens, it's a no losing trade. But yeah, let me quickly get everything sorted. Um, Let me get everything up and running. Let me get everything up and running. Where is my chat? Where is my chat? Where are you, my chat? Oh, I have to put the monetization on. There we go. We are not doing that. Here we go. Here we go. I have to put on a live chat, otherwise I can't read. Mether is he? Is he? I haven't seen Mether, by the way, Friday as well. Just realizing that. Here we go. Okay, I think everything is up and running. You can hear me, right? Let me switch on the lights here as well. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see if the trade works out. I know it's a little bit choppy, but to be expected. Oh, mic not working. Hold on. I still have to attach the mic. I think there's another mic, not the proper mic is working. Hold on. Audio. Properties. Not the right mic. The other mic. Here we go, guys. I might be off for a while. For a second. Test, test. Okay, that should be it. Okay. Okay, mic working. Everything working. I think everything's up and running. How is everyone doing? Yeah, I saw this trade during Asia. I positioned myself. My stop is already in profit, so no matter what happens, if we don't get to this level because it's just chopping around and doesn't want to go here, I'll be stopped out. That's all good. It's just already skilled in and out a little bit. Um, let me get this out of the way. We don't need this. I think a lot of people have been. I think a lot of people were expecting a bearish move in Asia, and it did not happen. So I think a lot of people got fooled by Asia. Yeah. Yes. Test, test. Okay, that's not the mic that's supposed to. Test, test. Okay, now it should be working. It was working and then it stopped working. Thank you guys for letting me know. Sorry about that. No. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. What? I think I know when I lost you guys. Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. Look at that. It's already 2 o'clock. There we go. Let me switch off the weekly. We don't need the weekly ranges. We already used the weekly ranges last Friday. We already did so. Yeah, I know it's working. I can see it. Yeah, it was working and then it stopped working. So sometimes it does that. I don't know why. I guess it also as a Monday needs to start up, right? Okay, let's have a look. Thank you guys for letting me know. How's your weekend been? How's everyone's weekend been? Hey, Ann Young, how are you? Priya, good to see you here. Okay. Yeah, I still think we might go one more leg higher. I'm just not convinced of the move down yet. Doesn't mean I'm not bullish, or I think I'm still neutral, to be honest. My cat is looking at me like I'm in a way like she's judging me. It's really weird. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? It's actually distracting. She's looking at me like, no. I think it's wrong what you're saying. Yeah, I'm. Oh, what is it? Now, overall, obviously, if you look at the market, it looks bearish, right? So overall, higher time frame, I am bearish. But the question is, will we make the move? Will London continue with the bearish move, or are we going to have a retracement back up before any continues, or are we going to accumulate? It's as simple as that. That's the question that I'm asking myself right now. Higher time frame, I would say bearish, but on the other hand, we hit a very higher time frame bullish order block. So sort of like just wondering what the market wants to do right now. Let's have a look at news. Hey, Five Handles, good morning to you. I think we had PPI this week, right? If I'm not mistaken. At 2 a.m. we've got claim and count change GBP. That's at 2 right now. Okay, let's move. Don't really do much, I guess. Tomorrow it's CPI. Sorry, no, that's Canadian. Never mind. I'm sorry. We had CPI, but didn't we have FOMC this week? I just want to make sure that there's no FOMC. What's up, my love? No. Flash ping. Okay, we don't have. I just want to make sure that we don't have FOMC. Okay. Hey, Mether, how are you? Hey, Pratish, are you in a short already? Yeah, no, I'm staying out of a short for now at the moment. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Um, Look at the 15. I'm going to show you guys the 15. Yeah, one could say, yeah, but we rejected here. I agree. But we still have a gap here, and we've got Asia high here, daily open here. Um, I'm just wondering if we want to retest a little bit higher in this area before we go to make the drop. I still see a breaker here as well, so I don't know. Um, how many points did we make in Asia? Asia was a little bit volatile today. It's funny to see. Asia was quite is not that small today. 169, 170 points in Asia. So we went lower in Asia when we opened, right? And then we went back into the range, back to the previous day low. Um, let's see if we can reject here and maybe go back. Yeah. Yeah, Murat, I had a nice weekend too. I had a nice weekend, yes. I did some different things in only charts. I was working on one of my models on yesterday, journaling a little bit from the week, and Saturday I did something different. I got some education on forestry here, so that was very interesting. That was really nice, and yeah, it was a nice weekend. But it's cold now here actually. So um, who spent time in the charts this weekend? Who was working on journaling, models, refining stuff, figuring things out? Who did charting this weekend? Oh, there's no good or bad. If you have not done it, it's not like we are. Who's been studying and journaling this weekend? Okay. I Yeah, I don't like the short at this moment. I'm staying out for now. I can see it, and but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Um, 'Cause I'm just, I think we maybe want to retest this order block, maybe. Oh, no, 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 Gigi, don't do that. Oh, you're so cute. I cannot do that. So I was in a trade. I'll put it on. I was in a trade and I got stopped out, but I was in profit already, aiming for the same level over and over. I've been trading Asia. I woke up actually Asia time. What was it? 11:30, and I saw this structure, and I thought, okay. So I entered. What was it? 10. Yeah, 10:48ish. A little bit. 10:50 macro. I got chopped up a little bit, and then it made the expansion up to Asia high. I got out because I thought, okay, it might not do it now because normally. So I thought they might make the move that I think is going to be made. I think it's going to do it in London. So that's now. But obviously there's a lot of chop chop. So I played this move here. One time, my first trade was up to here around. That was this move, and then I got out, I did some stuff. I got in again. What did I do? I have to go back. Uh, Yeah. What did I do? I can't remember. I had two trades, three trades. The last one got stopped out in profit. This one was here. What was my second one? Oh my god! I know I have three trades because I used all my three accounts that I'm allowed to now. What was my second? Oh my! I have to go back. See, that's the thing if you don't journal straight away. Hey, Pratish, you're in a short. Could you go over your setup? Oh, hold on. Pratish, please go to ICT Core Content Month 4 to order blocks. Yeah, I don't want to go too much into those basic stuff and talk about those PD arrays too much. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I thought you were in. Oh, not on short already. Looking for an entry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said short. I thought you said short. Okay, you were. You're aiming for it. I got you. I got. Yeah, me too, but not here. I wanted to have one more leg higher. Yeah. I wouldn't enter a short anywhere here. I would really enter. Actually, um, maybe even at 160. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put on a paper trade long. I'm not in a trade anymore. I already traded a couple of times in Asia up to that level, but I'm gonna put on a paper trade now. I'm still. I have a long bias and I'm short bias, but not here. I wanted to go maybe even here, but somewhere in this range here. I would like to see that. Let's see if we can go one here and then let's see. I'm gonna wait, but Sebastian, you said it's a long trap. You don't think it's going to go up? You think it's going to go? Do you think it's a long or a short? Now I'm confused because you said it's a long trap. So I think you are more short bias than long bias, aren't you? I actually think it's a short trap, to be honest. This is a short trap, not a long trap. Most people will think it's a short. It's below midnight. Looks like it's going down. Let us do a poll. Let's do a poll. It's 2:17. Let's do a poll up to London Open. Bullish, bearish, accumulation until 3 a.m. Eastern, which is London Open. Bullish, bearish, and accumulation. Now we don't mind accumulation if it's short-lived, right? We have to start embracing it. Okay, bullish bearish accumulation until 3 a.m. Eastern, which is open. There we go. I like to make it smaller because it sort of like makes us more think of the smaller moves, right? Because we can be bearish. I'm bearish after a certain time, most likely. I'm not bearish until, I guess I'm not bearish until London, I think. I'm hoping that we make a move to the upside at some point. Maybe at 2:30 we start moving back up again, and then maybe London manipulates a little bit higher, and then we get distribution to the downside, for example, things like that. But I'm not bearish now. I really want to see, I have my if-then statements. I want to see a few things happen before I become bearish. It could be ranging Monday. Yeah. Oh, Monday was pretty bad, by the way. Yeah, Pratish. I was going over my journal. I was looking at Monday. I'm like, oh my god, that was a really. I was like, and I was like, shit, that was a really ugly Monday. Yeah, let's hope not. But yeah, it could be. I mean, and they used those levels throughout the whole week. I don't know if you went back. It was quite interesting to see, though. But it was. I was actually like really looking like, oh my god. I think was it Tuesday? I had really good days, but I think it started after. Was it? I think it wasn't Monday. I think it started on Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but also Friday ended up being a good day. But I think Monday was awful. Yeah. Let's go back. Let's have a look again because it was quite interesting to see. I think Monday was here, right? Yeah, here. This was Monday here. Yeah. This is a 4 hour, by the way. Look, guys, this is the 4 hour. This was Monday. Monday. This was. Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on, guys. Iris speaking.
Hi, Iris. How are you?
Who's this?
You're speaking to Nobushi from the post.
Oh my God, guys. Guess what? That was the post office. They found 2 mails of Google. So that means I got the pin. No, I put the sound off because I got a telephone call, Sebastian. I put the sound off. I didn't know who was calling. I thought maybe it was a stalker or something, then I don't want to expose you guys to weird talks that we women have to deal with sometimes. So, but it was the lady. I'm gonna buy something. I'm gonna give her something because she called me, and normally they don't. They say that, but oh, that's just amazing. So I don't need to. No, I leave it on. I'm like whatever, but sometimes you never know who calls. I'm just joking, but yeah, I left it on one time, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's personal information." It was some bank inform. It was a bank, but I wasn't sharing anything, and it's like people like people panicking. I'm like, okay, no worries, no worry. You're very antisocial. I wonder, most stalkers are actually antisocial. They do call in, but they don't introduce themselves, right? But anyway, let's get back to the charts. Oh gosh, I'm so. So they did actually. So they got like mail from 3 months ago now at the post office. Yeah. So now I got the pin. Uh, yeah. Google, Google, Google. Uh, okay, let's have a look, guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Now I'm distracted because of the call. Because I'm sort of like I never expected it to reach the post office. In all fairness, because I thought, well, it's not going to work. Well, so guys, you can send me mail. You can send me a letter, but I don't get it until 3 months later or something. And she got two of them. And the funny thing is, they were sent like a month after each other. So that means they don't distribute per month. They distribute per 2 or 3 months. That's crazy. But anyway, welcome to South Africa. I love it. I still love it. Yeah. Okay. I think I want to. I wonder if this is going to be a rejection block here. Uh, and then, oh no, we do have a little wake here. No, never mind. That is so funny. That is just so funny. But anyway, focus. Let me look at the poll. Up to 3 o'clock. Accumulation, 1/3 and 2/3 bearish. Hello, ergonomic. How are you doing? I'm hoping actually to take a long up to 3 o'clock, from 2:30 up to 3. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay. Let me quickly go to the bathroom. Should I get a refill coffee? What is it? 2:25. I want to see 2:30. Come on, guys. I want to know your votes. I want to see what you guys are thinking. But anyway, Sebastian, I do have a Discord where actually we can all talk together. That was actually the point of the Discord, but I haven't used it that much because I did a couple of times. I asked like, okay, can we do something, or are you interested? Guys are interested, but then I sort of like I didn't push through on that. I think I should do more on that maybe. Tea, no coffee. But yeah, the point of the Discord was also to be able for you guys to talk and to get to know each other, just instead of just me sending and talking. That was actually the point. But yeah, I want to go long. I'm bearish overall. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong on my long. I just I don't trust this short yet. Um, uh, but most of you guys think it's already a short, right? If I'm not mistaken. You guys are already thinking the move to the downside is already started. 184. That is so funny that that pin is here. I am just, I can't believe that it managed to get here. It's crazy. Oh, I don't trade off your ideas. I'm just curious. If I have a different bias, I still trade it. Don't worry about it. No, you cannot. You can never ever, guys. Sebastian makes a very good point there. If I say something but you have a different idea, you trade what you want, and if it's wrong, it doesn't matter. I don't care to be wrong because it's like I said, you learn more of your losing trades, but you have to have confidence. If you have a model and you trade it and you see your things, your setup, but you have to have confidence in your setup, and it has to be data backed, or well, whatever you guys trade off. But if you see something that fits your criteria, and it doesn't matter if it's wrong or right, but you always trade your own plan, always, always, always. Don't follow anyone else's plan. You can listen, but it's very important that you have your own bias. And if it's different, do not be. You can look into it. And you can okay, why is someone saying that? But yeah, don't switch bias because someone else tells you to or has a different plan. Yeah, I don't. I just hey Sebastian, sleep well. Um, and be okay with being wrong if because one if there's two, and sometimes you can both be right. For example, if I frame a longer trade, you might be like say I frame a long but you frame a short, but maybe I'm already taking into account that small retracement and you're a scalper, so you trade the scalp for example, and I'm already okay, you know what, I'm going to position myself. I can maybe I see it maybe retrace a little bit, but I don't mind that, and then my longer trade works out, but your shorter trade also works out, right? So it's all depending on how you trade, what you're trading. So yeah, but yeah, Sebastian, that is a good way to end your hangout with us. Always trade your own plan. 2:30. Let me. I'm gonna go to the bathroom very quickly. Oh, what time is it? 2:31. Okay. I'm gonna put a paper trade long on, guys. Yeah, paper trade, paper trade. Um, stop loss right below here. 2:30. If I'm, it's just a paper trade. And I am gonna go back to how many points is my stop loss? Very small stop loss. Um, Still 18 points. 125. Go. Let's see if this one works out. This is just a paper trade. I already made some money in Asia, but I just want to see if the trade didn't work out in Asia, but it was to be expected. I said to Priya, I said if we go there, it might not be before London time. Um, Priya knows exactly what I'm trading, what I'm looking for. Priya, are you in the trade yourself or not? Or are you waiting for some confirmation? Which is better. I'm just paper trading, by the way. Yeah. Okay. I also got in with one micro. It's my trade. I think I'm gonna put my TP even higher, to be honest. 165. It's gonna be my trade. Might be wrong. Every time I say like I'm gonna do a base hits in London, I never do it. Then I get stopped out. I'm gonna take one off here and one runner up to here. If it gets there. So maybe it might add a position if we get above 2 o'clock and above midnight. It's a lot, 25. Yeah, I'm gonna add above midnight as well. Come on. Hey, Sir Trader, how are you doing? Only 21% is bullish. More of you guys are bearish. Okay. So not many people on the long with me. Accumulation. Where is my phone? Okay, you're in a long. Hey, Jay. Yeah, I've been long. I've been trying long since Asia a couple of times already. So for me, I have a short bias, but not until a specific level has been hit, and I believe we have to go one more leg higher before we can go lower. But I could be totally wrong, and I'm okay with that. I like this stop loss is very small, like from here, right? So it's a very limited. It's a high risk reward trade. Technically, if it works out, I'm going to take one off here and leave one runner up to here. But let's see. Like Sebastian said, it's a it's a long trap, but I believe we're in a short trap for an up to London Open. But let's see. I mean, it could just go down and then just stop me out. That's look how ugly, guys. Look how ugly. How wiki. Okay, so we took out these lows here, right? You can see that. We are below midnight, but look what it left behind. We've got beautiful highs. We got another wick here. So oh, it's Emil also. Hey, Daniel, also bullish. Here comes the bulls are coming out of their caves. I'm like, where are my bull friends? I'm like, I know this chat. I always do my own plan, but I have to be honest. This chat, on average, the average, the majority is most of the times the the majority is correct. Afterwards, when we're done and we go over it, like, okay, the majority was right. It happens like, I think 80% of the time, the majority of this chat is correct. So if I'm the only one, I'm always like, okay. Daniel asks if I'm profitable. Yes, I'm profitable, Daniel. I live off my trading. I'm a trader first, a YouTuber, content creator. I don't consider myself a content creator. I don't want to be a content creator. I don't have any social media besides YouTube. I don't want to waste time on social media and trying to get clicks or likes or whatever. I'm a day trader by default. By default, yeah. Married to the Nasdaq. Yeah. Married to the Nazi. Nazi is my love-hate relationship. From a long time, am I profitable from a long time? No, I'm not profitable. What is a long time for you? It took me a long time to become profitable, I think. That's the truth. I think when people are asking that, it's about also like, hey, how do you get there? What does it take to get there? And even when you're profitable, you have to keep working on it to stay profitable. It's not like, oh, you're suddenly profitable and you can let your guard down. It's a process which you get like when becoming consistent is like also scaling. You start small and then you get more confident and then you start trading larger trades and stuff like that. But it's about becoming consistent with a small amount. Oh, my cat was ruining my setup. And then you have to work your way. And then, in the beginning, you go profitable, back to break even. You are a little bit longer profitable, back to break even. And it is like it goes back and forth for a while, right? And then at some point, those periods be in between, they get smaller and smaller. And at some point, you don't mind anymore if you are not making any money for a couple of months because you're doing well. For example, in a couple of months, you make a lot of money, so then you're just not doing well, but you don't care because you already know, okay, it's at some point you don't look per month anymore, you look per year, right? So that's how you evolve as well. In the beginning, you look per day, then you start looking per week, and then you start looking per month. And now I'm getting to the point. I'm starting to get to the point. Okay, now it's my what am I doing per year, right? So. Infinite learning, correct. Jay, that is the exactly the one question that I can't answer because it's not one thing. It's not just one thing. It is, and at some point when you're like, oh, what did I change? Well, we talked about that yesterday. It's about letting go of the outcome, not being focused on a payout anymore. When I was like so fed up with myself, I'm like, okay, I need to change something, but I don't know what. I keep making the same, I just keep on losing the account or I can't make it. What do I need to change? And I started journaling a little bit later than I should have. I wish I started sooner. But yeah, I really focused on my models. I really made them data backed up and really like, okay, what is and just patience it's always an issue of mine. Impatience, my trap. But it's for me then, how do I deal with that patience is if I have more data backing up my model, I feel less, I'm less inclined to think about there's less emotion. I'm in this trade very relaxed because, well, if Priya can, oh shit, I did not even get in. Priya can, I told Priya, if this trade is going to work out, it will most likely be in London. Because it's all I've got it all journaled and I've got it backed by data. It's all data driven. Everything is data driven when I feel confident with it. So now I'm going to get to stop loss. Here we go. But the funny thing, it's just not one thing. It's just a combination of things. And once you start like, um, it is a cliche, but focusing on the process and not on the outcome is really a mindset change. But it's hard. It's not easy. But it's where you don't care about the outcome. You don't care about you're accepting that you don't get a you're not going to make any money for the time soon, but you're going to collect knowledge and data. And then at some point when you have that knowledge and data, then you are willing to turn that into a model that you're going to project on your screen. And that's where, for me, um, the change came, being more focused on data. Yeah, it sounds really weird, but not in the sense data on spreadsheets, because I hate spreadsheets. If I just see, but for me, it's also just, when I journal, that's also data. Every time when I journal, I see things happen, and I write things down, like, okay, this happened then, blah blah blah. Yeah, you have to be humble. You have to be very humble. You will not. We are not smarter than the market. The market will always outsmart us. Now, who knows why I am not putting my stop loss higher? Yeah, it's pushing up. Hey Jay, as long as you follow your own plan, that's good. If you know why did I get in? Why did I have confidence in that trade? Why I already said when I got into the stream, I said straight away, I'm bullish first and then bear. I'm not bullish or bearish before it does a specific thing. It was a short trap. It's not a long, it's a short trap. But we're not there yet. Let's see. 3 o'clock opens. trade. This is a magnificent trade, to be honest. And TP1 will be here. TP2 will be here. This area I'll reassess. Then I'm just like, okay, I don't know, because I had a bullish bias up to this area, and then I just have to reassess because I think I'm bearish from there, but we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Is Priya here? Priya, are you still here? Um, are you in the Grand Cup? No, I'm not. Is there something nice to join? London Manip. What's the Grand Cup, AG? What do we need on the daily chart to consider we are bearish? What do we need on the daily? What do you need on the daily is the question. Look, Jay, you're calling it manipulation. I'm not calling it manipulation. I'm just calling it literally accumulation still on the higher time frame. It looks like distribution on the lower time frame, but higher time frame we're just accumulating. Or this is not really. We had a move to the downside on in Asia, right? And if we go a little to the level that I'm pointing out, that's just we're just in the Asian range still, right? It doesn't mean it's not really that. I wouldn't say a proper manipulation move yet. I'm actually, if I'm honest, I think we're going to get continuation to the downside. But we'll see. Let's see if we get into this area here. Yeah, Daniel, so on the daily, to be bearish, well, the daily is sort of bearish, right? But we still have this end dog here, which is obviously part of my analysis for those who are paying attention. The end, sorry, it's an end walk, new week opening gap. Obviously, that's part of why I am also bullish for now. So, Daniel, for me, the daily is hard to read in London because it could still form the wick for the day. So I do take the daily into consideration. But on Monday, it's also like, okay, where are we on the weekly, on the monthly? Let's have a look at the monthly, by the way. I haven't looked at that one for a long time. Okay, it's just a big, large green candle. Yeah, not much to see, right? We don't have anything to the left where we can base anything off. On the weekly now, it's getting interesting, right? The question is, are we forming a top here on the weekly? Are we maybe the weekly going into just inside the wick before we go lower, or are we just going to go higher? So for me, this weekly is a little bit unclear for now. Now the daily, one could argue, yes, you opened with a market with a change in state delivery, right, on the daily. But we don't know yet. The problem is we don't have a closure yet. If this would be a CISD, Test, test. Okay. I don't know, guys. My mic doesn't want to perform today. I'm sorry about that. If I can make I think the easiest video is just watching the streams. The streams, I think, have more information than anything else, I guess. But there is no easy. What's your question? Can you make easy video of ICT, MNQ, or NQ? Easy. I don't think anything is really easy in the sense of it takes time to. You want me to give you a shortcut? Like, okay, this is how. Guys, I hate making content. Like I said, I'm not a content creator. I love streaming, but I hate making videos. Like, oh, and I have to make recaps of my trades. Actually, I'm also very, very bad with that. I used to do that a little bit, but it takes a long time if you have to edit things and you take things out and you add. And I actually don't like doing that. I like streaming because it's just I don't need a script. You go along the way. But I just don't like making. That's also one of the reasons I might not be growing as fast as I should. But I don't care because I'm not a content creator. I'm just a day trader going on live on YouTube sometimes. And that's actually the situation. And I really figured out that I stopped making shorts. Oh, everybody, you have to make shorts. I'm like, okay, well, and I stopped actually doing that. But yeah, I don't feel like making other content besides streaming at the moment. Let me put it that way. Because I'm not a content creator. I'm also not a influencer. I'm just a day trader. Sometimes clicking live on YouTube and just going live with you guys because I like my chat. I like you guys. But yeah, so well, trade is working out nicely. Nice, nice, nice. This makes me happy being in the charts, understanding the market, what the market is doing, understanding the trade. I'll take my profit here, guys, just to make sure that I get tagged out. Oh, well done. Oh, well done. Priya, if you're still here, what did I tell you this morning? What did I tell you? I hope you're in the trade, my friend. Oh, this makes me happy, guys. Look at this trade. Almost 7-hour trade. God, this is such a good trade. Nice. Well done. What was the reason for taking it? And with confidence. Look, it's literally a turtle soup, right? I literally bottom ticked it here. Almost 500 point ticks. Boom. Hold on. I'm gonna make a recap of this because this is this is a nice trade, and I think it should be recapped as well. Let me wait until it is. I'll go over the trade, but it's time. It's a combination of time is a very, very important factor. Who knows what if I say time? Can someone does someone know what I'm talking about? What I used? Here we go. I think it's going to go 165 though. I think it might go a lot higher. Where's my money? Where's my money not dropping? I think 165 is still in the cards. My money's not dropping anymore. Aww. What happened here? 165. Um, why? What happened? Did I delete it? No, it should be still here. Nah, a beautiful trade. This is a beautiful trade. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Um, yeah, like I said, I think this whole thing was a I think it was a bear trap, literally a bear trap, not a bull trap, but a bear trap. Thinking everybody, okay, we're gonna go short, inducing everybody to go taking the short. But look how price has been printing. Let me go to the 9 minute. Who knows? Well, let me go to the 15. What is this large green candle here? That was the draw on liquidity for me from when I woke up and I saw Asia. I was already like, okay, I think that is going to be the draw on liquidity. We formed Asia low here, and for me it was like, okay, we're not going any go lower before we have hit this draw on liquidity. Now I think we could even go higher and retest this whole. Who knows what this is? I rank you in the top three. Oh, thank you, Warren. That is such a compliment. I don't no, you make me very shy, and actually, I get a little bit. I don't think I am, to be honest, but I rank you in the top three live traders on YouTube. Wow, Warren, that is a huge, huge, huge compliment you're giving me. That I don't think I'm there yet, to be honest. I wouldn't consider myself. I actually, to be honest, may I know you're. I'm just curious because I don't think of myself like that anyway. And I think I'm. Remember when I told you guys when Top Step sent me that letter that they wanted to move me to live? I got very nervous because oh my god, they're watching me. I feel a little bit the same now when you tell me that, to be honest. Like, oh no, no, I'm not there yet. I might get there, but not yet because I just think it's like, oh my God, if people are expecting something of you, there is like you have to show it every time. And I'm like, okay, I think I've got very strong models. I've got very, but uh, who are your number one and two, by the way? I'm just curious, but I don't consider myself, I'm sure the people you're going to name, I do not consider myself in that top three, but I'm just curious because I think it's a very big compliment you're giving me and it's making me very shy, to be honest. And I just want to be honest, I don't think myself there, but I'm just curious where yeah, that's the first time someone says something like that to me. So, but oh gosh, you're making me cry now. I'm Yeah, I love those girls. I mean, Ash, yeah. Okay, okay. I don't know those key trade market. I'm gonna watch them because. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I can't read those letters, but thank you. I'm gonna watch that because I'm just curious how you see me because that's just. But okay, let's get back to this large 15-minute candle. What is this, guys? Why did I use this as a draw on liquidity? And I don't know if Priya is still here, but Priya is my student, and I told her this morning exactly that. Hey, Pratish, hey, I took it on my account as well. This one, I start with a paper trade, but hey, listen, if you're good in paper trading, you're also good in it. There is nothing wrong with paper trading. And if you can do anything in paper, you can do it on your account too. And sometimes, guys, I say I'm paper trading, but I'm on my account as well. Why? Because I don't want anyone to follow me. Because people are doing it. Um, what is this candle here? If people look down on paper trading, I find it really weird, to be honest, because I'm like, yeah, if you can do it on paper, you can do it anywhere, right? I mean, if you can produce the same thing over and over and over and over again on paper, that's how good traders actually trade. They do more on paper, and they go in big live when they really see everything line up. You practice, you practice, you practice without any monetary. Again, that going back to Jay's question, like what's the one thing that is letting go of the monetary compensation. So you should be fine paper trading trades, having large winning trades on paper, and journal them, and then you see them. The thing is, it will happen over and over again in your charts, and you are very confident in those trades, and you will easily go in with 3 or 4 minis because you know that things happen over and over and over again. Okay, I just paper trade on TradingView, but it's live. It has to be live. I don't backtest anymore. I stopped backtesting. Nothing wrong with backtesting. Don't get me wrong. Let me be clear about that. I used to backtest, but for me, backtesting, I miss the. I want to say, because if you journal a lot, you know the outcome. And once you know the outcome, you can cheat yourself. But on live, I don't know what is going to happen now. So I need to. I thank you, Jay. I was a little bit harsh on Jay. Let me be. I like mobile detailing is Jay. I like Jay, and I gave him some shit yesterday because I like him. So if I like you, I'm going to be honest with you. And and he says, I get what you're saying now. Thank you, because I mean well. I mean well with you. I mean well with every one of you. But yeah, if I give you shit, I guess it's because I like you. I want you to succeed. So yeah. Um. Okay, Priya's not here, I think. Do you consider re-entry? So when I have a large trade like this, I already have a really good morning now in Asia, and also with this trade, I want to not trade for a while. I just have to reassess again. I always said I want to reassess at this level here because that's what you actually need. The moment you start re-entering, you start making mistakes, and I just I have a short bias technically, but I'm also not sure yet if the market is ready to move. Like I said straight away, I said I have a short bias, but I believe the market needs to do some other things first before we want to go down. And it already did this now at London Open. Um, And I wanted to see the retest of this open price, which happened to be the daily open as well. So for me, it was a level that had my interest. The moment I woke up and I saw Asia form Asia low here, and I was looking at the lower time frame, looking at my breaker. Do I see a breaker form? Do I see my PDRAs form? What is price doing right now? And I saw we were moving up. Now it was a little bit choppy, but it didn't change my bias to the upside for the time being. And yes, it's also obviously the daily open is also the N walk, right? Now the question is, are we going to go in the N walk? Are we going to, I don't want to say fill it, but are we going to go through it? Are we going to give it a pass through? Right, that means, are we going to take Asia high and go into the N walk? Now do I still have a runner? I think I should. I still have a runner on. Hold on. I want to take it off, to be honest. Um, this is your breaker here, 222. If you miss this entry here, you've got a breaker here, retest, retest right over here, boom, straight up. But I want to try to position myself before we start moving. Pratish, this was a turtle soup. This was literally a turtle soup entry. This was, I saw it and I actually wanted to enter here, but it was very fast, right? So I got in here. Now I was waiting for this. I mean, I was waiting for this one, right? So I was prepared for this, but we took a low here on the higher time frame, 15 minute, and time. What time did it happen? It's a combination. It's time. This was a time. We took a low. I was already prepared for a long. So I was waiting for some things to happen. Now, if we would blast, if this candle would have gone lower, then I knew that London Open would not go near my level, because I was expecting this to happen within London. That's why I also made the poll. Are we bullish, bearish? Because my expectation was that we would turn at some point and use the 250 to 310 macro to draw into my draw of liquidity. So I was expecting the macro to do that. So I wanted to turn. Now, normally in my journaling, I know it would take about half an hour to get there because I journal. So I was expecting, so because of the time here, 2:30, 2:33, people that trade time know the 2:33. It's an important time. But if the turn happens after 2, it doesn't mean there's always a turn at 2:30, guys. It doesn't mean that. It's context. You have to have context. But because of what happened here, I was okay to, because I had this already framed in Asia, this whole setup. I just had to wait for the right time for it to play out. So that's why I was able to put this small trade here. It was a 7R trade. Nice. Yeah, Matter. It's not because it's the 18. It's not because it's the candle, but it's an order block in combination with. I wanted that open price. The daily open had a more meanings for me today for being able to frame that trade. It's also, look where the 10 o'clock we had a lot of chop in Friday, right? Let's go to Friday. Let's see, because Friday we stayed within a range itself because the weekly objective was already met on Friday. So look what the 10. This was also the 10 o'clock open. It was a multiple things of things that I was looking at. It was like, okay, it didn't use this, it didn't do that in New York. So for me, that the draw on liquidity was now that opening price candle, that 15-minute. This was my draw here. This open price. Open, high, low, close. Open, high, low, close. People say powerfully, open, high, low, close. And look here, this I also pointed out this little gap here when we started the stream. But this was my draw on liquidity here. This little bastard. Now, I still think we could go higher, but let's see. For now, I just want to reassess, because you cannot deny the bearishness in the market. I mean, I was bullish, yes, but up until this level here. Now, I said it could go here, but I want to reassess. But Pratish, I don't manage to put that small stop loss always like this. This was because I actually put the trade on Discord, by the way, already. The one that I took in Asia. Let me see. What did I? Yeah, you can see I already put it in Asia. My attempts already, guys. What time did I put the same trade on with my levels? Same levels over and over on NQ tab. What time did I put it on? Well, it's 1:50 a.m. I put one on, and the other one was at 1:10. Yeah, that was my other attempt. I was already trading this earlier. It's on the Discord. Timestamps are there. Yeah, but Emil, it doesn't always go back. I mean, it's the N walk helps obviously. It's the daily open, weekly open. It's a draw, but not always at a specific time, right? You need context. Sometimes it doesn't go back to the N walk at a later time or earlier, and it didn't do it in Asia, so it left it for London. It's like a market maker model now, right? If you look at it, it's a very ugly market maker model. Okay, let's do a new poll. Bullish, bearish, or what are we going to do now, guys? Hey Arnux, how are you doing? Okay, let me do another poll. I'm going to do the same poll, but then up to, let's make it 4:30. Well, let's make it to 5 o'clock. It's going to do 2 hours. Because I think we're going to have a... Time is so important, guys. Time is so important. Time tells you exactly, the 233 macro today told me that, okay, now it's ready to, we're ready to move now. We're going to do I already was aiming for the same level. And then even though it didn't go. I mean, it gave me more confidence. And then I told Priya, I don't know if she's here, I told, listen, it's going to happen in London, most likely. We'll see. The best trade will form in London now because it's sort of stalling. Time, I don't want to say, almost time distortion. Yeah, I mean, Emil, yeah, it could, but price would tell us. It's Monday, but hey, doesn't mean no news day that we're not going to have we've had many trend days on Monday, on no news Mondays, the last few months. And what do they do on trend days? They use order blocks. Just saying. Trend days, you want to know your order blocks. So we'll see soon enough. You'll know in London if it's going to be a trend day or not. London will already tell you. Um, bullish, bearish, accumulation. Let's do 430 up till 0430. Yeah, so something that I used to do also in my arrogance, if I had a good trade, I would get on. I'm like, oh my god, I'm doing so well today. I'm going to get straight back in because I see the move is still going or something. But you really have to, after a large move, take yourself off, get a drink, walk away, reset, and reassess. And don't trade for preferably half an hour because your brain needs to um, get back to neutral again. Bullish, bearish, accumulation up to 430. Bearish, accumulation. Here we go. Yes, Amil, I grade wicks. Yes, 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 I do. I do. Yes, yes, yes. I am addicted to grading wicks. I'm still in the process of making a T-shirt. It's gonna be. I love big wicks, but I grade them. Yes, yes, yes. But at this time, I wasn't looking at. There wasn't a wick, but I'm also looking at this wick here on ES. But yeah, definitely there is a 4 hour wick here. That's also part why I think it's going into the end walk, right? Let's grade it straight away. I normally do it all the time. Yes. So why are wicks important? Because wicks are gaps. What are gaps? The market does only two things. It goes for liquidity or balances out imbalances. A large wick is a bunch of gaps on the lower time frame, and once we go into that wick, it is balancing out those imbalances. I believe I'm more of an imbalance trader that liquidity trader, to be honest, because I look at imbalances first before liquidity. I don't know if that makes any sense. Um, yeah, so the 4 hour wick. So I said 165, right? Probably that is. Oh, here, look at that. 165 is the first quarter level. I said 165, but 168 is this level. So I took my partial off, guys. I just wanted to be out of the trade. But I still think we're going higher, maybe even up to this line here, which is around the 0.5. Yeah. What do you think about the daily wick? Let's have a look. I have not, to be honest, the daily. Normally I know it exactly, but I was too focused on Asia. Well, you mean this large one here from Wednesday, 13th of May? Or are you talking about the one that we're forming right now? 14th of May. This one here. 14th of May. Oh, you're using this as a premium? You mean as a premium wick? Ah, okay. Okay, so this is what I would think right now. If we are going to go higher, I don't think we're going to close the whole gap because they might want to leave a fair value gap here, right? So I don't think we're going to go all the way up here and use this as a premium gap today. I think we have a market structure. I think it's sort of like almost a market structure CISD on. Yeah, I don't think we're going to use this as a premium gap. I think that's what you're asking, right? Are we going to use this as a premium gap? I'm more interested in these levels here. Look, talking about the daily, 4 standard deviation. Remember, I think it was you, Emil, that we talked about 30,000 level as the high. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, we have two that could be taken the downside. Yeah, and think, so what I'm thinking on the daily, like the best breakers are those that consist of 2 down close candles. So let's say we're going to get one more down close candle, then we go back up, take out this high again, go to 3,000, and then if we break this area, then we're going to get the low resistance liquidity run to the downside. We just surpassed these breakers, for example. So I'm sort of like, I would like a down close day today. Go to these end dogs, then maybe we go back. So let's say we're going to get a Tuesday low. So today's Monday. Maybe we get an inside day. Oh no, we're not going to get an inside day. But let's say we chop around a little bit. Maybe in this level, maybe it's not that far, is it? We could get Monday low, maybe even Tuesday low, then go back up, and then Thursday distributing downside. I don't know. I would love to have a combination of 2 down close candles on the daily. Look at this structure here. These order blocks here. Well, this breaker was only one candle though. But this breaker has been active since 20th we've been bullish on this breaker since 23rd of March. It's just one. It's just one. It's just one. One candle, not 2. Hey, who knows, guys? Maybe we're just going to go up, straight up again. I don't know. I'm just happy with my trade for now, for the time being. Um, we're in the N walk. 165 has been hit. Okay, so that was my TP2. I got out at some point because I just wanted to. This would have been my second TP. Settle here. This, by the way, this red line is settlement price. Do you see this on the 4-hour equal lows here? We created equal lows on today. We slightly took the liquidity, right? Let me just double check on the 4-hour. What's the low? 28,991. 2899.50, one tick. So we call this equal lows, even though it swept it. And I guess we have S&T then. Yeah, no, yeah, we have S&T with ES. S&T. Oil is sinking. Yeah, I think price. Let's see if price wants to go higher than 0.5. Are you guys still bullish? Oh, you're still bullish? Okay, okay, interesting. It was a crazy run. Yeah, it was crazy. Bearish. Yeah, I'm more bearish than bullish from now, guys. I just want to see it go some little bit higher and then go lower, but I don't know. Let's see. How many people took the long, by the way? I think a lot of people took the long eventually, right? I'm gonna get a quick coffee, guy. 3:35. Let me get a quick. As you can see, I'm a little bit chilly, and I need to put on some warmer clothes. I think. Okay, I'm gonna take this off, by the way. God, I'm so happy with that trade this morning. Guys, this is the first time, again, also in London, that I actually was able to frame a trade like this. I don't know if you realize that for me, it's been really. London was for me just Intel, and then I would only have these trades in New York when New York opens or pre-market, but not in London itself. It was actually the first time in a long time that I was able to trade London again. London wasn't too good to me. I just didn't like it. I just didn't see my setup that I liked, or things just didn't line up for me. And like I said, I only want to trade those trades that move fast. For those who have been following me for a while, I don't trade those slower trades. I just really need to see things line up so I get speed. It goes faster, right? This was half an hour, one trade. The macro did the job here, and I just don't want to be in those slow ones. So this is actually nice to see for me that London and after 3 o'clock. How long has it been that we had a move after London? I mean, for me, maybe I can't remember, but I think it hasn't been for a while. Or am I wrong, guys? But anyway, let me quickly get a coffee and put on something warmer. because I'm just freezing. I think I need to go outside quickly to. Okay, yeah, let me quickly put on. I'm gonna get a coffee. I'll be. Give me 3 minutes. Here we go. Oh, okay. Let me put on my sweater. I need to open up the door because then the warmth can come in. If that makes sense. Um, I wonder if we're going to accumulate now, guys. What do you think? Bullish, 60% bearish, 10% accumulation. Okay. Most of you are bullish. Only 10% accumulation. I wonder if we are going to go to 50% of this 4-hour week maybe, or is it enough because we went into this N walk? Is it enough? Does it want more? Or is it ready to go down? Or are we going to go to 50% here, or are we done here for the long? Accumulate. Where is my screen? Oh, here we are. I think the high is in for London. Um, 3.32. 32. Is London high? No, not. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Oh yeah, oil. Let me have a look at oil. I would wanted to do that. Oil is tanky. What's gold, by the way, doing? Let's have a look at gold as well. Um, Um, if we're gonna go lower, I wouldn't be surprised. Now it looks like it wants to go higher, right? Man, if we're going higher, if we're gonna surpass this, if we're gonna take that level out, are we gonna go all the way back up to 229, 210? We're gonna do that. We're gonna get a trend day to the upside. 29, 210. Are you gonna give us a trend day today? No, I don't. 210. No, I think this is now a long trap. I think now we're getting a long trap, maybe. You guys think it's a long? Most of you think it's a long, 56%. Bearish 30%, and accumulation 15%. So most of you guys are bullish, and 56%, or more than half. Interesting. Interesting. Are you guys bullish for London, or are you bullish for the remaining of the day? Or is it like, okay, we're going to accumulate? Because I can see the bullishness, but I'm just wondering. I just don't think we're going to do it now. We've hit such a massive level of liquidity. We've hit such a massive imbalance. I would rather frame a short. I mean, I think I'm getting more short bias. Marco Trace has an amazing video on liquidity and chart fanatics on YouTube. He's part of chart fanatics. I did see something in my feed, chart fanatics, come by. So that's a group, and he's part of chart fanatics. Is that so? Marco Trace has an amazing video on liquidity on chart fanatics. Okay, gotcha. I'll check it out, Warren. Thank you. Chart fanatics. Let me have a look. I have to look at them now. Chart fanatics. The global trading hub, profitable trading from verified global overview. I think I saw something this weekend for the first time come by. So I'll have a look at it. Carmen Rosato. I know that I know his name from a long time ago as well. But yeah, I'll check out. Thank you guys for pointing it out to me. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so I don't want to frame a long anymore from here for now. Now I could still go higher into this level, but obviously we already had a passing through and a passing back into the end walk. Now that doesn't mean it's balanced. It's not a balanced price range yet. So can the end walk be used again today? Yes, of course it can. But have we met the London object? So the question that I'm asking myself is, have we met the London objective? So I always try to think about, okay, London objective, pre-market, New York AM session, New York PM session. We hit a quarter level of the 4-hour wick. Now, if we're bearish now, we don't have to go higher, but we did go into that 4-hour wick, right? So is that enough? Or does it want more? Does it want the 50%? And if it wants 50%, we could go, then that was your question, like, I think, like, are we going to use this wick as premium discount? Are we going to go for these highs, right? That's the question. Okay, let's go over which time frames are bearish. Do we have a 1-hour change in state delivery? Yes. Did we retest this order block here at 2 o'clock? Yes, Friday. Yes, we did. We went lower. Have we retested this order block? Yes, we've just done that. So for me, if I look at these, if I don't see a proper bullish breaker or something like that form on the 1-hour, I'm still on the 1-hour bearish. So we do have a market structure shift here. Technically, here is a market structure shift already on the 1-hour, and here we had a body closure below this. So it's for me very hard to stay bullish when I have 1-hour confirmation of retests of order blocks. So if we are going to disrespect this, this becomes a bullish breaker again. But that would be really weird, this structure. But hey, anything can happen. So yeah, 1-hour bearish, 4-hour, same thing. I don't see any bullish structure really on the lower, on the 15-minute, yes, but not on the 1-hour. It's a 30-minute. Yeah, if this could, is this bullish? It's just accumulation here. Accumulation. Oh. I've got to buy that girl something nice. Some chocolate or something. The girl from the post office. She's been looking for that PIN number for months. Okay, so on Mondays, by the way, okay, so this is one of the things that I do on Monday. If we're going to be, if it's going to be range bound, and it doesn't have to be the range of Friday, but if we're going to create a range either in New York or in Asia, whatever the range within, what you tend to see a lot happen is that it bounces between NWOGs or NDOGs. So you want to have your NDOGs and the event horizon visible and know where they are, because like for now, if we're going to reject from this end, because technically we hit a higher time frame order block, we've hit the daily open, we got liquidity, we have balanced out a few imbalances. So does it want more onto the upside? We got a previous day EQ, so yes, it could, but I don't know. For me, this was the objective for London for now. If you want more, wouldn't you go one leg lower first? Yeah. So what you want to look for, if it's not really expanding or there's distribution, you can see a lot. I call it ping pong Monday or ping pong Tuesday. Let me put on all the method now. I'm going to put them all on. I love this indicator, but sometimes I have to have all of them on just to show, make the point from Monday. Okay, event horizon is on. I want to see them all. All. How many do I have? Extended reach. 20. Okay, history. Okay, there you go. Oh, you know the thing. What I always because our ranges are so large, normally we're used, if you put on all your end walls, you're used to see them very close to each other, but now because everything is, oh, we've got one here. Okay, but where's the one to the downside? Oh, here, all the way here. That's because we've got such large ranges now. Okay, so now this is interesting because once we start going over 50% of that wick, of the 4-hour wick, there's also going to be an event horizon between these two end walks. Let's see where that is, if that matches with exactly. Oh, it matches with the 1/3 level. Oh, sorry, quarter level. Okay, previous day EQ. Okay, if we do go higher, guys, you're going to see the moment we are above the end walk, we will get a message. It will pop up here with the event horizon, the midpoint here. So you want to be careful trading. You want to don't trade all the way up here, but use the event horizon as your TP, right? You want to keep that for partials or levels of liquidity where you enter or exit your charts from as well. But that means we are also already going over 50% of that 4-hour wick. I guess that is bullish, right? So okay, it's 4 o'clock. We opened above midnight. We've got the 2 o'clock still below us. Yeah. I'm just wondering if this is the 4-hour wick and we're going to expand to the downside. Maybe into this wick here. I'm just not convinced yet to the upside. I am just not convinced. But we could retest this whole 4-hour. I mean, we can also call this a 4-hour order block. Could be. Then we could go all the way up to the, where's the midpoint? Oh, what a coincidence. Look at that, guys. What a coincidence. The midpoint of this is exactly the start of the other end walk. What a coincidence. So retesting this one could also just go to the to 0 point to the end walk. So this is what I mean with ping pong. You want to use the event horizon, and it might ping pong between the, so it goes ping pong between these two end walks. Maybe the rest of pre-market could be 29,300. 29,300. Okay, open. Yeah, the chart looks ugly now, right? Leg, I'm trading lower time frame. Feels like gambling today. I changed to daily time position trade. Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the, if it, you just go, you can always go a few time frames higher. But even the 9-minute now and the 15-minute looks a little bit dicey to me. But hey, it seems to be bullish to me now. I mean, I don't like it, but look how strong it is again. Courtly, I am in South Africa, yes, but I'm not South African. So I am from the Netherlands, but I moved to South Africa. How did you know that? Do you recognize the South African trees or the birds? This looks pretty bullish now, huh? And again, the chat did say bullish 50%. Up to, what is the question? Up to 4:30, yes. You sound South African. Oh, do I? Oh, that's funny because last time I was meeting with some ladies here, and they said, "What is your accent from?" And they couldn't tell, but they didn't think I was South African. So yeah, I'm not South African. I'm actually Dutch, but yeah. So I'm already starting to sound South African. So actually, that means that I've been living here now quite a while. Right? Oh, you're from the Cape. Oh, we've got Zar Trader as well from the Cape. I don't think you're in Cape Town, Zar Trader, but um, oh, look at that! How bullish! What a strength! What a strength R and Q is showing again today. Let's see. Let's see. So if we go lower, we've got the event horizon of this NWalk, and the other one below us is right over here. It's here. There's quite way to the down, but then you could also use the NDogs, so the new day opening gaps. Like the difference is the NWalks are new week opening gaps. Those are only the gaps between Friday close and Monday open, and the same ones, but then during the weekdays we call NDOG, so new day opening gap. So between Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's the same concept, but it's just the N walk have the weekend in between. They tend to be a little larger on average, but it doesn't have to be that way. But the N dogs, they also have an event horizon. And sometimes you'll see if you start using them, Mether has the best literally he created the best indicator for it. That's this indicator, guys. ICT NWalk NDog. Opening range gap in with it, but I'm just talking about the NWalk NDog here. You can literally, if you have a lot of them, you can just choose display or above and below. So if price is here, you only see the the two that are above and below it. So if you have like 20, like if price is dumping very, very fast, you don't want to have all 20 on your screen because you have a lot of clutter, right? But if price is dumping and you still want to see the ones that are applicable, you just choose above and below. And then you only see those while price is moving, but it shows you also the event horizons which are applicable at that time without having all those 20 all your NDogs or NWOGs on. So highly, highly, highly recommendable. So now I switched all of them on for the NDog, but I'm going to change that because that was Friday. I just want to be prepared in case we had a move down. See, I have all here. I'm going to change that to NDog only above and below. There we go. Now it's only showing me this one here because we are above the last one, right? This is the small one, which is overlapping with this end. Look at that, Pride. On the 4 hour, we're having a body closure. We're having a body through the end walk. Wow. Very, very. It's a meal. No, well, Mether made the indicator. So Mether has made a few indicators actually, and they are also um, on the mentioned on the Discord. But yeah, no, definitely check out his indicators. He's doing an awesome job. And if you use the NWOGs and the NDOG should be part of your charts, I think, because they give you so much information. They are draw on liquidity, they are magnets, and they are continuously used. I don't like it if people take them off the charts at some point because it doesn't. You have to understand when not to use them anymore. But you can see how many times they are being used over and over and over again. So it also helps you define a chop. But also sometimes you can use them as a draw on liquidity, right? If there's nothing else, if there's nothing in the vicinity, like for example, if you have a level of liquidity here, but there's an N walk in front of it, you want to be very, very careful, like aiming for that, let's say daily high or whatever is there. It's better for you than just either use the low or the midpoints. And if it's a very, very large one, you want to grade those as well. You want to use those levels of the N walk or N dog before it hits those other levels. If it's like a barrier, you really want to take it in consideration. Like, oh shit, for example, if we go higher here, we've got an N dog event horizon. Now I would be like, most likely there will be. I would maybe not aim for this, but maybe aim for here a partial, and then maybe this as your last runner, for example. So you want to use those N dogs, event horizons as well. Now ICT had a very interesting event horizon is not only from N walks, and it's from all PD arrays. If you have two highs and they are far away from each other, you can also take event horizons from those two. Also PD arrays, same PD arrays, which have a specific amount of distance. You can also, event horizon is on every PD array, you can use it. The midpoints of two PD arrays that have enough distance between them. That's what he shared somewhere. Somewhere in one lecture this week or this month, I can't remember. But yeah, I've been backtesting it a little bit, and I can definitely say it works. So I've only been using the event horizons from NWalks and NDOG so far, but who else has been using the event horizons on anything else than NWalks and NDOGs already? Just curious, because for me it's new until a few weeks ago. If it closes above that N wall, you mean this one, right? Yeah, I mean then I guess then we're going to Theo. No, for me, I would definitely not go. The market is extremely bullish at the moment. I would not touch it at all for a short. No. For me, it's just observing specific levels now. I mean, I had really good Asia and London trades. I'm a little bit surprised about this move, that we are already above the. So now I'm just watching if we are going into the 0.5 of this area, and if we really are going to retest this. I mean, it's like there are people saying it's a long trap. It seems to be really. I wonder how far up. Let's just see how. What time is it? 4:13. We had SMT with ES, right? So it doesn't matter how many targets we have to the upside or to the downside. The most important thing is a time right for it to run to those levels, right? We had a large move in Asia. We had a move back up into that range, and apparently it wants higher, right? I mean, it looks bullish to me, but I don't trust it so much. I would rather wait for a proper short, or if it starts invalidating bearish PD rays, which I'm looking at, then I might go long. But I need more confirmation for my next trade, which most likely won't be until New York session or pre-market. But yeah, so for those who also use opening range gaps, if we do go higher, Friday, we did not do much in Friday's opening range gap. We, let me get rid of these. This was the opening range gap on Friday. We went into just a small area and then we went lower again, right? So if we go higher, then most likely then we might go into this opening range gap again and do some business here. But we have a market structure shift on the 3 hour, on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. It's very hard for me to turn bullish. We have a market structure shift to the downside, guys. Breakers have been activated. Did we activate this breaker? So I would really need to see the creation of bullish PDRAs on the lower side, or invalidation of those bearish PDRAs. So it's either or, but yeah. We've left, Arnax. It's crazy how much bearish major sell side we've left behind the last few months. The last month, last 1.5 months, I should say. It's crazy that they just went higher, built a balanced price range on top of it, and moved higher, and again higher. Like, so okay, let's go to that. So no, never. We never had like a. If you go to the daily, look, we never had a proper pullback. We never had a proper. We blasted through 2.5 standard deviation, literally. We didn't even have a pullback on 2.5. Yeah, I put all the N walks on, because if we get like a major sell off, I can see them go really. But I think, yeah, we should have it somewhere between here and here, I would assume. But we've just been going higher since March. End of March, it's just been up with some very small pullbacks in comparison to, like, we have the largest NQ candles formed. This is the largest NQ candle ever formed in the whole NQ history. Monthly candle. It's on average we make 1,000 points per week, and we have done so far every week we have done that as well. We average every week 1,000 now, so it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah. You see how far apart these N walks. This N walk here is here. This one is here. This one is here. They're very far apart. Those weekly ones. Which makes sense if we have over 1,000 points per week, right? So that's why you want to put your N dogs on as well now, because the ranges between the. I used to. For me, I had more interest in the N walks. I actually hardly traded the N dogs, and I just traded them up. But now, because those ranges are so large, I look at the end dogs a little bit more, and those event horizons as well. Yeah. So I stopped following the news, guys. I stopped following. I just look at the charts and try to see what's happening because um, I don't think the news has. I mean, it's just been going up, and I really look at the candles and just look at what's happening because read for the news. I don't know. Nowadays, it's not. It hasn't been that. I think last week again was nice though, but lately it was more tweet driven. But then still, I mean, like it still happened around macro times. All the tweet. I mean, it was actually all the time that we had like a large move. It was always during a macro. I'm like, okay, that's a coincidence. How does he, or is it tweet really going? Is it like, do they know or whatever? So I just tend to watch price action and see what's happening. And I don't want to be, I'm not being influenced by the dollar. I'm not influenced by gold, whatever. I just really look at the chart and just, that gives me, for me, um, yeah, the most clarity, I guess. And waiting for confirmation or invalidation. No, I'm aware of what's happening. I know. I watch the news and I watch. I'm not. I'm not uninformed. Let me put it that way. But I'm not. I'm not influenced by it. Anyone in a long, by the way? Anyone trading the? It's 421. Again, the chat is the average. Is it correct? It's bullish. Um, let's see if we are above 50%. Look at those green candles again going. Just crazy, right? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, let's see. So how interesting it is if I switch my time frame, my event horizon changes as well to 0.66. So I think we can go all the way up to previous DEQ now. I'm getting more confident now that because we are now really I think we can aim for the event horizon because we're getting so close to the 0.5 and this is here and previous day EQ. Previous day EQ is the midpoint between midnight and midnight, which is a very algorithmic level. So midnight is the algorithmic start of the day, right? So the midpoint event horizon literally is the event horizon between midnight and midnight. So it's also drawn liquidity. Which happens to be a 1/3 level of that 4-hour wick. So I would definitely, I mean, we're bullish as hell now. 0.5 has been hit. I'm still very cautious to trade it. Still a nice trade. Is it anyone in a long? So again, Theo, it's not, you want to have confirmation, a market structure shift on a lower time frame. You don't want to go short. If you see bullishness and it's still going up, you really want to wait until the move to the upside is done. And if you're not sure, you just wait. You just sit it out and you just wait until you get your confirmation or an invalidation. It's either a confirmation or invalidation of something you want to see, right? For me, I can still be bearish while it's just retesting higher time frame bullish, bearish PD rays. For me, if you look at the 4-hour order block, you can still go quite high and still just be retesting a 4-hour bearish order block, for example. That doesn't mean I'm going to be bearish or bullish, but if it starts invalidating, goes over 50%, for example, then I'm like, oh, okay, you're really going higher now. Okay, now I have to. Look at that bullishness, so beautiful. Oh, okay, well done, Methor. I was in a long, but already exited at my TP. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. I also don't mind that I'm not having the full run. I don't care. You just want a part of the move, and that's it. That part that you can frame properly, and you have a proper risk reward, and you just. I had a 7 hour trade, and I was happy to be out at some point. Sounds weird, actually, right? Yeah, you have to be happy when you make money, and you just watch the remaining move and journal. Journal. Who journals here? I got 500 ticks today. Yeah, this is what guys, this is what's all about. You only want a small part of the move. You don't want to. You don't want to mentally drain your head, like you're getting stressed. Like we don't want to have the whole move. We don't need to have the whole move. It's nice sometimes, but for me, this whole move, for me, the trade was up to here that I had like confidence that okay, that's easy track. I can just get in and I sit back and I feel up to here. It's like okay, I'll reassess and then it's going higher. But I don't care. You'll never hear me say, oh, I should have stayed in or I should have stayed out. No, I framed it up to here. It's still a good trade. How many? I can't even remember. Was it 150 points? Something like that. Um, uh, I don't know, Amu. I don't think not everybody trades 2K per day. That's different for anyone else. I wouldn't say that. Some people trade percentages of their account. Some people are fine with $200 per day, or 200 per account, or 200 just on average. Okay, so we are above 50% of that 4-hour wick, guys. That's very bullish. I think Sebastian, he's not here anymore. He says it's a bear trap, it's a bull trap. I think when he wakes up, he's like, what the fuck? What happened here? If he's gonna wake up and price, Sebastian thought it was going lower. He's gonna wake up and price is gonna be at 30,000. It's like, what? Am I dreaming? Oh, it's so funny. Like, what the hell? Yeah, exactly. At 5 o'clock, it can be a turn, right? We'll see. We're still retesting bullish or bearish PDAs, but hey, they can invalidate them, right? Let me check. I haven't. Let me check. Damn, it's strong. And Q, you're such a strong, strong, strong little chap. Okay, we're at the event horizon now. We're at the event horizon. Sheesh. You are so strong. Um, 260. Oh, is it going all the way up to 260? Mm. So on Antoinette, I used to have FX replay, but the time when I was backtesting, they didn't have a lot of indicators on it. So I had to do a lot of things manually and do it without indicators. So at some point, I stopped backtesting. I only forward testing. But I have heard from a lot of people now that TradeZella is pretty awesome because you can backtest, but also the journaling part is a little bit better than FX Replay. I don't know if anyone in the chat, Metha, were you using TradeZella? I can't remember. Is anyone using TradeZella? Let me just make sure that I'm not saying anything incorrect. I know TradeZella has everything in one. You can backtest. I don't know if all indicators show up on TradeZella. But I've heard a lot of good things about TradeZella. FX Replay, I have heard that they have all possibilities now for indicator, but I don't use it anymore because I stopped backtesting. I just forward test. So if people make fun of, so I only use TradingView, but I journal. For me, it's just the paper trading, which is my way of forward testing, but only on live. I just need it to be on live. So, but that's me. But if you start, I can highly, highly, highly recommend backtesting. Yes, especially when you're building models, and when you're still in the process of finding your way. I think it's part of your process. But there's nothing wrong with only forward testing or only backtesting. But for me personally, I only forward test now. But I used to backtest. But guys, could you maybe do you guys have any preference? Who prefers? Should I do a poll? TradeZella or FX Replay? Let's see. I don't know if you guys maybe haven't tried, but let's see if there's a poll. Up to 4:30. What time is it now? Yeah, okay. I'll do a new poll, but we're going to do a poll about TradeZella or FX Replay. Preference. TradeZella or FX Replay. If you're asking for a trade right now, you're feeling FOMO, okay? We'll get into that. TradeZella. Okay, let's see. This is more important, backtesting going over. Yeah, so Kay, I think you have FOMO right now. But I just want to urge you just to watch. Just watch. You missed the move already. The move is already done. And if it's going to go higher, Either you want to wait for a pullback, or you want to wait for it to play out and maybe catch a short or a continuation. But this area is for me like, okay, what does it want now? Because now I'm getting into an area like, okay, you're more bullish than I thought you were, but if you're not going to turn anytime soon, then I might have to switch my bias from bearishness to bullish, because I am higher time frame bearish, but I'm just sort of waiting for a good entry. But and Q is giving me some bullish vibes, but it could also at 5 o'clock just turn on a dime and go lower. So for me, this is just I'm not interested in any trade right now. I'm just neutral, and I would rather watch and see what it wants to do, because it's going much higher than I anticipated it to go. And if it's going higher, then it's not bearish anymore, and we might have some creations of some bullish PDRAs. But up to now, I'm still bearish. But yeah, I would never ever now just get into in a long on this level. Let's do a oh, whoa, what did you just do? That is annoying. Well, let's forget about the blue screen. It looks to me like it wants to go higher, because we have a passing through on the zero point 0.5 level of that 4 hour wick, and we still have previous day EQ above us, so midnight to midnight, right? So it's right over here. So I do think it wants to go a little bit higher, but look, that order block retest that I talked about on that is much higher on ES. So I'm just wondering, maybe ES wants to go here as well and then go lower from here, which is still 30 points, 20 points on ES. And Q already did it. This is you're such a strong today. Yeah, I would be very, I would, yeah, no worries, Kay. Hey, boss, how are you doing? No, I use NinjaTrader and use its functions. Okay, I didn't know. Can you also backtest properly on TradeZella 80%? I think TradeZella is very, very popular. Yeah. Um, oh, you're welcome, Kay. Um, But yeah, just don't feel FOMO because there's a large move and you missed it, right? I mean, it's hard. I totally understand, but um, it's really hard to frame a proper trade from here. I would rather wait for 5 o'clock. And I don't know if you guys all trade New York, but it is such a sometimes just tape reading. If you missed like a trade, for example, that move in London, right, from here, um, and but look how we're definitely setting up for a short at some point because it's all engineering beautiful liquidity to the downside. But it will really help you if you just sometimes just get out of your of idea to get a trade, but just tape read, only tape read. Just look at price. What is price doing? What am I seeing? What PDRAs are we? What is it doing on the higher time frame? What is it doing on the low? And if you just tape read, your brain is much more open to seeing these things. The moment I'm in a trade, I see less things. I really need. That's why I like tape reading, and I was happy to get out of that runner because that gives me again I can focus on the charts again. Because for some reason your brain doesn't see as much on the chart the moment you're in a trade. It just sort of like blocks you because you want your trade to work. I think it's just a thing that automatically changes your uh, I don't know. It is just something that I know. I really enjoy tape reading, but I don't need to, I don't want to be in a trade then. Or even a paper trade, it doesn't matter. My brain works the same with a paper trade. So I give a paper trade just as much value as a normal trade in a sense of there's just no monetary value, no monetary loss, no monetary win. But people that look down on a paper trade, I find it really, really weird because it tells me also that people don't use them as in a way that they benefit from it. But yeah, but just tape reading will give you so much clarity and it will help you in New York. It will really help you in New York as well because you have your information. You have information. I sometimes trade off the when New York opens because only I can only do that because I've already gone over in London and especially when if I have a losing trade in London that helps me because that's either that is a trade that it's too soon or but that same most likely that same trade will work out in New York Open then if that makes sense. But you have to journal it and then you see oh I missed that, oh I missed that, oh shit that was I misread that thing. Yeah, but yeah, just tape reading, and if you are able to also trade New York, that is a luxury we have. It really is. 1 minute CB looks interesting. Yeah, I think that whole move that we've been doing to the upside looks interesting. I really like the short idea, but what is hard nowadays? Like we left that previous day EQ, but we took the event horizon. Now the question is, are we going down now already and leaving it for later on? Let me check something. Now where did it go? EQ. If I calculate the calculation from the daily candle, it's all here. But from midnight to midnight, it was here, right over here. So I've got it here. So there's a difference, right? You can have a midnight. Um, what's the daily candle calculating though? It's not midnight. Oh, I think it's the open to open or close to close. I can't remember. Okay, trade seller, 75%. So most people prefer trade seller, guys. I would think, yeah. I think that's also what I usually see on the chat. Okay, so Antoinette, I hope that helps a little bit. But yeah, I hope that helps. I think I'll make a recap of that trade of this morning because there was so much valuable information there. I think I'll do a recap of this morning's trade. Um, Unfortunately, I have to make a recap because it costs time. And but yeah, it was a good trade. So I'll definitely do a recap um, and go over the levels and time why it was such a sure long for me up until this level, but not up to here anymore. This is for me all area like okay, I have no idea what you're doing, and Q, just do your thing, and but it was still a large move from here too. Where's my daily open? 132 points. Yeah, 165 was another level, but I took it off. I didn't want to be in. Now I will journal. So for me, it's also like, okay, if I frame a trade just to here and I get uncomfortable staying in, I do want to find out like, okay, how would I have known? Like for example, for me, this is a little bit unclear, right? But I'm like, okay, I will reverse engineer this. Like, okay, what did I miss? Now, obviously, from here, you know, when you have a retest, you can go long again, but I want to find out. For me, it's like, okay. For me, it's like a challenge to find out all the logic of everything. Now, I don't trade it then, but I still want to find out. Next time, I might trade it. You want to get better, right? You want to keep growing and learning. Hey, Alan, I tend not to stream in New York. I tend only do London. London is cool, but sometimes I do go live in New York. But it's sort of like more when I see price action, it's really nice. I don't have anything else to do anymore. Then I might do a stream, but it doesn't happen a lot lately anymore. Let's see what 5 o'clock brings, and then I need to. I'm gonna get my pin until and YouTube f you. They have to give me my money. Those bastards. Those bastards. Such a. They are so nasty. If you're just going to buy here, that is, we're literally at premium. Now it could go higher. Yes, it can. But I would not, for me, this doesn't have any interest at the moment to being along. I would rather wait until, SJ, be careful with your, I mean, it might still go up. Don't get me wrong. We did have a passing through on a zero point 0.5 line, so it could. Um, New macro. What do you guys? Okay, we everybody knows TradeZilla. Thank you guys for voting and helping Antoinette. Appreciate it. And let's do another poll. Bullish or bearish for the remaining session? It's just going to be. I mean, we're not going to accumulate now, right? Yeah, but it's been a crazy session that Asia has been doing quite a bit as well, and now also bullish or bearish until, well, whatever. Just for now, who cares? Before we're in the macro already. Bearish. Let's go, guys. Just curious what you guys think. Oh, we're doing quite a bit of polls. Bullish, bullish, bearish, bullish. I think so. I mean, okay, so this is the thing. When you're on the higher time frame and you see this happen, you always have to be aware that it can pull back, right? I always have to be, sometimes I forget. I'm like, oh my God. I'm saying, oh, we're having a passing through, but then it's a 1 hour, 4 hour, but obviously you go higher and then it pulls back. So then it's just a wick. So let me go on the, and then I just forget yeah, so we're wicking in here. Look at this candle. So bullish. Look at you. So when I talk about the 4 hour here, I'm looking at this big boy, the green one. I'm like, okay. Now technically, 50% of this green candle is this N walk. So could we go all the way up to here and wick back down? Yes. So would I short term? Yeah. So would be a short term long? Yeah, I guess so. In the macro started, but um, you want to see a body closure above the event horizon, though. Shall we do a paper trade? I don't feel. I just don't want to. I don't want to use my mental capital until New York. I think. Um, damn, it's very bullish. You're bullish. Equal highs. Yeah, look at that. Just to this is a volume imbalance. Boom, another fair value gap through it. And Q. Are we gonna get a trend day? Uh, are you going to, or are you just no, no? I don't know. Uh, Yeah, and Q and Q has been very bullish. We love it. Hey, listen. I mean, we're not complaining. We're not complaining. I love to see this, but it doesn't make it clearer from my bias for the day, though. um, okay, what is an ES using? So ES is already in those NWOGs. It's almost 5 o'clock. Let's see if it's done. Yeah, and Q was very, very nice. Very, very nice. I still like the best move was the one lower, which was faster. This area here, and then from here it went slower, but it still delivered. Still delivered. Damn, look at that. It keeps going. It's just going, going. Look at ES going now. Wow, crazy stuff. Okay, watch previous day EQ here. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Okay. So when you have a very bullish or bearish move, a lot of the times I think Emil, I think you mentioned the London lunch, right? A lot of the times, like we have our lunch, we can get like the lunch macro. A lot of the times you can get either a very nice retracement at 5 o'clock or a reversal. It happens a lot around that time. So let's see. Yeah, and Q was a giver today. Man, look at that. Just beautiful. But yeah, we are above 50%. The question is how high, if it wants to go higher, how high does it want to go? Um, we also have a 1 hour candle here. So the 4 hour is, just remember that EEQ had 75% of the wick. Let's see if we take the hourly wick, what we can. I was thinking like at some point maybe you want to reject here, maybe in Q. Is it time for you to give a little bit of a rejection now? Still not? I guess it rejected here and then it went lower and now it wants to grab this liquidity, I guess. Okay, whatever. Maybe all the way up to here, maybe all the way up to 702. Well, yo, 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 yo. And again, yeah, I think this NWOG is in play. 29,292, 292, 290, another 60 points. Um, 292, 263, 263, 265, 263. Yeah, I would, yeah, I'm just gonna, I would be careful at 265, 263-ish. You could reject there on the 15 minute. Let me put on the 15. Why is my screen different? Yeah, this level here. Yeah, so here. Well, maybe here. Let's see, 262. Two, 6.5, and then we go up a little bit. So it's 271. No, I just liquidity here. We got pull back. Okay, 5 o'clock. Let's see. Five one. It's 30 points. Let's see what ES is doing. I would almost assume that the midpoint of this big boy on ES is as well the midpoint here, so that makes sense that ES is for those who are trading ES. Okay, that is the midpoint of this end of, that's your aim. 38% is already hit, so that might be done. ES might be done, so be careful. We might get a SMT here. We might get our SMT right now. Let's see. If not, I think they'll both have another leg higher to go. But maybe we get our SMT right now because we hit the midpoint, midnight to midnight. It's 5 o'clock. I think he wants to go higher though. I'm so confused now. I don't like this. Either it's going to blast through here, like very, very like low resistance through this one here, or just pull back further up. 75 bullish. Most of you are bullish. Hey guys, if we're going to go into this opening range gap of Friday, that was a, that was the largest opening range gap I ever journaled. I think it was over 500 points. We when I was looking at pre-market, it was I believe 600 or 700, and then it before market opened, it closed the gap a little bit, but we ended up with, this was the largest opening range gap I ever. Oh, it was 431. That was a huge gap, but it used, when I was looking at the pre-market, it was 500, 600 points, and then it started opening, go higher, and it closed the gap a little bit. But this is a huge gap, 429, and we only traded a quarter into it, not even, I believe. Let me check again. So there's a lot of work to do in here still. Let me see. I see. Okay, we got into it a little bit later. Half. We went into it half already. Okay, never mind. I thought we only went into a quarter. AM session. I got it. I was trading AM session. We did not hit half of it. But anyway, yeah. So large gap. Let's see, where are we at in the full range? Look at all these equal highs here. Equal highs. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna go for the highs. We'll see. We will see. Bullish 74%. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a few more minutes. Let's see what this 5 o'clock wants to do. Um, you see this level here, guys? Let's see. I think it wants to go lower, and maybe I'll frame it long from here. Oh no, we do have a little. I thought it was a devil's mark, but it's not. My bad, my bad. Sorry. My bad. I don't think it wants to go lower anymore. It's just gonna be a barrier. Um, what time is it? 5:08. Oh yeah. Um, I have no interest in putting on trades, so I'm just thinking of maybe leaving it here. Preparing myself for the New York session. For me, the move up is already too far out to anticipate to re-entry. I'm just not interested in that. I would rather wait to see if we are done at some point, or have a really healthy pullback and then continuation. I think it's either the question is the continuation going to be to the upside or to the downside. Right now, for me, it's neutral. And it makes sense because we're near the previous day EQ, meaning we're in the midpoint between midnight and midnight. So just being totally frank, for me, it's like I can see us go higher, and then we just go for the highs. Then we're just going to invalidate a lot of bearish PDRAs, could be, or technically on the higher time frame, I could also still see us. Let me see. Let's maybe double check something. That I'm not talking out of my saying anything. No bullshit. Yeah, like we could still retest it and still be bearish. And the midpoint is still here. I can still be bearish, and we can go all the way up to here. So 29,291, for example. That doesn't change my bearish, but if we go higher at some point, then obviously now on the higher time frame, also what you have to be aware of, if we're just higher time frame accumulating, you can see this as a market structure shift, but it doesn't have to be. If we're just accumulating, it could just go back and forth and take out these highs, go lower, take out these highs. So it doesn't mean shit then, right? If we're not expanding away from this area. So this is 4 hours. So we're technically still in the range of Tuesdays. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday range. Like if this is a range, like we're technically stuck in this range. So I can be bearish, framing this as a market structure shift or change in state delivery. But if it's accumulating or just there's time distortion, for example, it doesn't mean shit. It could still go higher or here. Use this as the true market structure shift, right? For it to be bearish. So you also have to be aware of that. If you're in a higher time frame range, that you can be fooled by your higher time frame analysis if it's ranging. So yeah, so I'm aware of my bias that I might be invalidated using this because of we're sort of like in this range, but it's very important to see how we're going to react at this. If we go higher if we go over 29,300, it's very hard to stay bearish. But up to 300, I find I just prefer bearish. I guess that's my preference. But then again, just be aware because we left a lot of equal highs as well. We have a large opening range gap, but there's so much to the downside anyway as well. There's things to the upside. There's things to the downside. Either or, I don't care in New York. I'm just gonna do whatever and hope I'm on the right side though. But I'm gonna prepare myself for both scenarios in pre-market prep for either a move to the other. I hope at around 8:50 I'll have more information or more clarity, so to speak. Because right now I'm like, okay, I'm not really sure if you want to go bullish or just retesting some bearish PDRAs in order to go lower, or are you going to invalidate some? I don't see much bullish PDRAs being formed though, only fair value gaps. Let me rephrase that. Retest it. Let me rephrase that. Retest it. Obviously they're formed, but retested. I can only see higher time frame bearish PDRAs being tested. So, yeah. Yeah, if you have a move up like this, if the slower moves, that's creating liquidity. I mean, this is all trend line liquidity. It's very pretty. Look how pretty. Yeah, this one was important for here. Gotcha. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave it at here. I'm going to get my pin and I'm going to go touch some sand to warm up. Yeah, I see NQ is dropping. ES is dropping. Sorry. Yeah, like I said, I think there is SMT with ES. Let's see if it holds. It's 515. It's important to see if it holds. This might be the high. 15. It's a little bit tricky for me, to be honest. I'm just going to, I think for me it's just going to be like watching whatever it's going to do and wait till I get my confirmation and just leave it. Any more questions, guys? Any questions? Questions? I'll do a recap of the trade. I mean, that was a really nice trade. Everything lined up for me. I was happy it didn't go to the level in Asia, so that gave me the opportunity to trade it in London. A lot of the time that trade presents itself in Asia. It's actually an Asia model that presented itself, strangely enough. But now it was sort of like late. It didn't do it in Asia. It did it in London. So that was my luck. Yeah, I'll do a recap. Give me a few days because I'm just not good at that. I just hate editing, but yeah, that's why I'm not a content creator. You have to like it. I like looking at the charts. I like tape reading. I am addicted to the algorithm, finding out algorithmic signatures. I am not I like YouTube because the opportunity it gives and the community building and being together with you guys. But I just don't like the video editing stuff. So I won't have a channel with a lot of highly edited videos. Well, maybe at some point, maybe I'll get someone to do it if I need to. But for now, it's like just going to be me with my amateuristic editing and just yeah. But I do think the beginning it can look amateuristic, but when you have a channel for a year, and you should have a certain level of professionalism on your channel. So as a beginner, you're allowed to do that, but not when you grow and you keep doing it longer. So yeah, you have to hold yourself to some standards, right? So, but anyway, that being said, that's the reason why I don't do a lot of people that do shorts and do a lot of videos. That's because they want to grow, which is normal, which is totally a normal thing when you have a YouTube channel. You want to grow. I am different because I prefer the slowness and I prefer to keep it a little bit. It sounds weird if I actually say I prefer to stay in the shadows with you guys. But no, obviously I would do want to grow, but I'm not looking for fast growth. Yeah. So that's just the difference. You see how little trolls we have. We have hardly any trolls. The moment they do come, it's so little. It's like a non. It's like I really get to a point now once they come, like, what the fuck? How the hell do you dare to come on my channel and troll us because we don't have them here? It's getting to that point because we hardly have them. That's because we keep it very. We only get the right people here. Anyway, thank you so much again, guys, and thank you again for the compliments that I received today. I'm highly, highly honored by what you said, Warren, today. And yeah, the other, there's some other people as well that gave some comments, but I get very shy of that. But again, I don't see myself on. I don't know them, but I don't think I am. I shouldn't be in the top 3 yet. Maybe in a few months, but not now. But anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much again for hanging out with me. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Just be careful. It's 5:19. Be aware around this time always, but I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord if I see any setups. For me, it's unclear at the moment. We're at the midpoint between midnight and midnight, so for me, it's just waiting game. I'm going to touch some grass or some sand, I should say, and prepare myself for a New York session. I say that every time. If prize action is good and I don't have anything else to do around mentorship, I might do a stream, but we'll see. But for now, I see you back on tomorrow, London for sure. Ciao, ciao, guys. Stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you later on. I think we're gonna have a nice week. It's gonna be nice.